Good evening and welcome to this stream. Today we have, it's match day 16 and we're on match 20. We have NLK versus Pinoy Hub. And I'm joined here by Doof, who's going to be my co-panelist for this match.
Alright, hello everyone. Jumping straight into the draft phase, we see a Valentina ban coming out from NLK and a Nolan ban coming out from Pinoy Hub. So both really meta heroes, especially, I mean, the Valentina ban could be some sort of target ban in case, I mean, they're not using the Thalamus, so probably maybe for a Minotaur, maybe for any of the supports like a Diggy or something like that. And as for Feramus, we do know that Super Shiro is really good on this hero, as he is for most other mages. And then quite a staple Guinevere ban. Nothing too out of the ordinary, no respect bans yet. But yeah, let's just see who NLK picks first.
I mean, it's also worth noting that Shiro plays Valentina.
Yeah, yeah, that's true, that's
Yeah,
true. Just
and
banning
he
out the
plays a
mages
really
in it.
good Valentina. Ooh, but it left the Martis open. And we see it getting picked up by Anthony.
The Martis is open, but there is Xborg as well. There's Xborg, there's Matilda, a lot of good heroes. I mean, I think Xborg is only really meta in our server, to be honest. I don't see much of him in uh, professional play.
Yeah, that's true because like we were watching M5 and stuff, not a single export ban or pick.
I do believe I saw him once or twice in M5, but nothing too major, I think. Oh, we saw the Lilia coming out from Super Shiro and the Bruno from Maeve Wiley. Mm,
Maeve is usually playing like Rome, so it's a bit weird to see Maeve playing a marksman.
well, they don't have their main marksman, which is Reaper. So I do feel like they're going to be switching out the roles a bit. Maybe General R is going for EXP because they do have Takoyaki, who I've seen pretty good on the jungle role. So that's what I think is going to happen. And we have the Diggy pick pretty early into the draft. I would honestly pick it a little bit later. So there's, um, some tension for the Roma, especially on the enemy team. But now that they know that the Diggy is secured, they may have better options that they can discuss. And then we do have the Clint, Terizla being banned.
Okay, Anna Matilda ban, and of course we saw that Jen did end up going for a tank jungle.
Yeah, the Matilda ban does make sense. Honestly, I would rate Rafaela pick over the Diggy because of the Lilia. But yeah, we do have the Khalid locked in from
Oh,
Pinoy
is
Hub.
it Khalid? MashaAllah. Brother Khalid. So just to let you guys know, we've got a poll going on in the YouTube live chat. So go ahead and vote for the team that you're rooting for. So far, we've got No Life King at 64% and Pinoy Hub at 36%.
Oh, people don't really like these odds, huh?
Oh, we have the Eve coming out from NLK and the Yuzong. I saw the Eve earlier today in M5. Didn't really work out for them, especially with the Khalid on the enemy team. We do maybe have Rafaela, Angela.
Angela, okay, so it kind of makes sense why they chose to go with a tank jungle, because of course they were gonna, pick the Angela, and we do see that they did end up swapping their roles. So Maeve is going to be sticking with Roma, and Taku's gonna actually pick up the marksman there.
Okay. Well, Samara, you can start off with saying which draft do you prefer? Let's see if your predictions are right.
Mm, okay, I actually prefer P-Hub's draft this time because I think they have quite a lot of durability. They have a lot of damage. They have some heal as well, and they have quite a decent amount of CC. Um, but of course, if you look at what is it NLK's draft, they also have quite a lot of durability, and the Diggy, his ult is going to be really useful for them. So yeah, what do you think?
And I don't think anything. We can hand it off to Seppi now.
Okay, Doof,
Okay.
Doof dodging questions like he dodges my DMs for nudes. What am I talking about? I don't know. Okay. Well, I'm joined today by Nigel this evening. So, welcome everybody to the stream. It is quite a hype matchup versus NLK and P Hub. So, what are you thinking about this draft? Just as they were discussing, Nigel.
Draft. I think both teams have a good draft. I do like the Angela pick. I hardly get to see that in Rome, at least in our server.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have no choice as to who's gonna win though. They have both good drafts. But
Okay.
Martus falls off late, so I want to see how No Life King handles that.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I think that Diggy was a bit of a foregone conclusion. I think it was picked up a bit early. There's not too much that it's going to do this game, in my opinion, but we'll have to see. Although we're going to see Diggy going in straight away with the pullbacks. Probably going to get first blood here, especially with the decimate from Martis. So very well played from NLK. NLK, yeah, good start for them. I do like the Martis
Yeah.
quite a lot.
I like it too. I saw that PH Hub tried an early game gank on Ocado. 3 members were actually down there, but unfortunately they didn't end up getting the kill. So that's a bit of a waste of her time because then the Brunei ended up falling because of that.
Yeah. Okay, gonna see Turtle stalling out in the bottom lane here. In the XP lane, I think Yuzhong maybe trying to get his level 4. Should be able to get it just before the Turtle starts. But yeah, I mean, I really do like the Angela here. Makes a lot of sense with the Fredrin. Gonna see probably a very early game, sort of centered game plan for P-Hub. But I mean, that's quite offset a bit by the Martyrs. So I mean, it's quite even, I think, in the draft. I mean, I know Samara said she prefers P-Hub, but I think we're just very even. Okay, we're gonna see the turtle getting started up a bit. Khalid is actually zoning out the side of Enakar beautifully here. And Diggy's already out of mana, out of HP. But there's the Black Dragon Form straight away on the side there. The Decimate comes from Martis though, in a good position. And he actually gets Retribution. There we go. The Black Dragon Form goes straight away in with the Petrify. They get to Angela. A great fight for NLK right here. 3-0 so far. I think the Martyrs may be proving to be quite the scary early game sort of tempo here for them to deal with. I think they just need to just respect it a bit more, and then I think they should be good to go. All right. What do you think about this Eve pick, Nigel? Hello? Okay, well, it looks like Nigel's might be having a bit of problems here, so it's just gonna be me here. But that's fine. I mean, I've done this before. Well, if I was to answer for Nigel here, I think the Eve, I think it's not the best pick here, in my opinion. I mean, it's pretty good against the Fred, but I don't really think this here is that great right now. But it's up to NLK to sort of make use of it. Anyway, in the top lane, Angela. Bit of a strong position coming out from B-Hub here, just defending the top lane a little bit. Diggy has the level 5 here, so he's going to have the time journey available. And there we go, Lilia with the harass. But ends up getting harassed a bit herself.
I'm back. Can you guys hear me still?
Yes, so we can hear you now.
Alright, perfect. Yeah, didn't miss much. I do like the nice early game lead from the side of No Life King. Pretty good. That's exactly what they need when they have the Martyrs there. To make sure that it doesn't fall too much behind. And they're doing a pretty good job so far.
Yeah, okay. Gonna see the second turtle coming out here. So it's been actually quite passive outside the turtle fights, really. There's not been too much action happening other than maybe just one kill for NLK. But now that the turtle spawned, we're probably gonna see a bit of action. Akado in with the dragon tail. They're looking to set this up for themselves. There is a level gap on the side of the junglers here. Okay, Eve doing a good harass before the turtle maybe stalled. Okay, there we go. There's the Mortal Coil. The Retribution. It's going to go to the Martyrs. And the time journey's out. The Black Dragon Foreman goes onto the back line. The Heart Guards are in there to protect this Fredrum. There's a real world manipulation. It's going to do a decent amount of damage. But the Khalid goes into the back line here. But he's going to get caught out here. He's taking quite a lot of damage. And then the Decimate. It comes from the Martyrs. And now, NLK are just dominating on these turtle fights.
Yes, I think the Khalid doesn't. I mean, you can jump on the Eve, but it doesn't exactly cancel his out anymore. They removed the anti-CC thing, so even if he does dive, he is still at risk if he doesn't manage to get the kill. So unfortunately, the jumps from the Khalid hasn't been successful here. Because they get the bottom lane turret.
Okay, I mean, yeah, jungle-wise, struggling a bit, but equalizing the levels at the moment. But no, there we go, level 9 for this Martyrs. Okay, we're gonna see bit of a tower advantage for NLK here, but they, I mean, no, excuse me, they're not. Both teams have actually the same amount of towers here.
Yeah, I think Bruno actually took his lane, so he's actually swapping with the XP laners. Both gold lanes actually rotated down to the XP lane, which is pretty good.
Oh, that's quite an interesting engagement from them. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen it so prompted like that, where both teams just swap XP lane and then gold lane immediately. But gonna see that happening here. So what do you think about late game for both of the teams? Who do you think might have the better late game if this game does decide to go long?
I would give it up to the side of PH Hub if they are able to get farmed. But unfortunately, I don't think the Martyrs and Diggy are gonna let that happen. Eve does have a pretty decent late game there, and Yuzong is doing a pretty good job of not dying so far. So on the basis of what they have right now, I'd give it to No Life King, purely on the basis that they're not too far behind in farm. It's nearly a 4,000, 5,000 gold lead.
Ooh, Anthony getting a bit greedy there, but he does have the time journey to keep him safe, and the Bruno does fall thanks to real world manipulation, but the Fredrin goes in, but the Martyrs has already teleported out. A great disengage after a great kill for NLK. They're really just outplaying P-Hub just so much in these fights. We're gonna see Turtle spawning at the top, the Black Dragon form, a bit of a wasted one there, unfortunately, but not gonna have the access to the Black Dragon form for the Turtle fight.
Definitely, I can see the Dig is actually being pretty useful here. Doing a lot of disengaging. The Fredrin is not having a good time, mostly because of the Diggy there. He isn't able to move around the map as he would like to.
Dude, there's a comment on the stream quality. I don't know if it's the settings.
What?
I said there's a comment about the stream quality not being great. I don't know if it's your settings you've got to change.
Okay, I'll check it out.
I'm looking at the stream right now, Jake, and I think the stream looks absolutely fine. I think that guy, Mr. Saad, maybe need to sort out your stream quality settings. There we go. We're gonna see the sandstorm. It actually gets a really good kill onto Eve here. Diggy just making it out with barely any sort of life here. Super Shiro trying to follow up here. Anthony in a bit of danger with the Mortal Coil. He might be able to get out, but no, the Diggy gets sniped by the Fredrin. Maybe they get the Khalid or Akado. He's getting caught out. He's gonna get taken out in the end.
Very good distraction. The Clint manages to take down the bottom lane turret, giving No Life King a 3 turret advantage here.
Jake, are you watching the stream?
The quality is fine.
Yeah, it's fine for me as well.
Yeah, it's fine for me as well. I'm also watching it on the side. I think this Mr. Saad is kind of tripping. IMO. Yeah. But anyway,
He's trying to distract us from P-Hub. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to do. Anyway, going back into the game here. P-Hub, they've managed to equalize the kills here a little bit. Also equalizing the gold just by as much as the same amount, sort of. But NLK still quite ahead in the lead here, especially with the tower advantage. As Nigel pointed out, losing 2 towers in the bottom lane for P-Hub here. But Orpheus, he's getting caught up with the Khalid here. Might need to pop his ultimate just to get out here. Maybe he'll live through it. No, the leader does catch him in the end. The Radiant Sandstorm using it to get out. But pops the Retribution, maybe wants to try and decimate the Angela, but gets caught by the Fredrin taunt. Okay, Yuzhong in the back line here. Onto Maeve. He's actually going to get the kill with the Yuzhong passive. And the Dragon Tail might be able to be enough for him to live a bit more. But it's not going to be enough. P-Hub getting out.
The Lord is coming up here. The Fredrin uses his retribution, but neither jungler has their retribution. But I think the Martis Wolves. I don't think he's interested in going for it so early. But his team is going there. They might actually look to take it.
I mean, that might not be the worst time to try and do it here. General R just has that one level advantage, but it's still doable. Fredrin's very good at securing the objectives. Okay, Diggy does have the time journey to work with. Might be able to come in here, but no. Lord resets, and then now it's just a waiting game. The Lord dance has begun. But one thing I've noticed about, I don't know if you agree with me, something about SA players is that we don't really like to take long Lord dances.
Yeah, I think they just all commit to it. I haven't really seen a team try to stall out the Lord. If they're gonna get it, they get it. They take their chances. But I see that they don't have an XP laner in this team fight for the side of No Life King, so it might put PH up in a slightly better position for this. But he is trying to come along down. I'm not sure if he's gonna make it in time though.
Oh, there's a retribution. It's gonna go to the side of the Fredrin with the real manipulation. It's gonna do as much damage as it can to this Fredrin. I don't know if he's gonna make it out. Maybe he will. No, it's gonna be a shutdown onto the Martis. A really good kill for P-Hub right now. Bruno is kicking as much as he can, but before he will finally get taken. Oh no, he's not gonna get taken out. In fact, he's trying to get out. Akado here, but the flicker is gonna keep Bruno okay. And in all, I mean, P-Hub took a really good fight there, and now it's starting to look not so easy for NLK to maybe close out this game.
I think they could have done better if the XP laner was down there already, but they ended up getting 3 kills, which isn't too bad. I think no, PH might end up getting 1 turret, but it's not too much of a headache, and they are still in the lead in terms of gold. But I think, yeah, going top lane wasn't the best choice there. But they did manage to keep the waves at least pushed, and that actually makes the Lord a bit useless. So I think wasn't a terrible choice, but yeah, it wasn't the best one.
Yeah, but unfortunately for NLK, they did win that fight in general, I believe, on the side of P-Hub. So they have maybe gotten a bit of similar XP, sort of, and like earned a bit of XP for themselves and a bit of gold. Or Orpheus, a bit of deja vu, getting caught in the mid lane again here, but this time it's different actually. Stimp in a bit of danger here, but he should have enough heals. Oh, there's the Black Dragon for me. Wants to catch Angela here. I wonder if he has the Petrite to work with. He might, but he's getting caught here. He's getting caught completely. He's going to get a really good knockup, but he's going to fall first. The time journey was a bit too late. The Raging Sandstorm's in. Oh, but he's getting taken out a bit here, but the Heart God's going to keep him safe. Takoyaki gets decimated. And the Martyr should have a decent cleanup opportunity here. Just needs to do enough damage to this Fredrin, but he doesn't manage to follow it up fully. But look at the waves. And okay, they need to sort out their minion waves, otherwise they're going to be in a bit of danger in the long run here. Oh, but Clint, maybe it's a really good kill. Yeah, onto this Khalid.
Yeah, I was going to point out the itemization. I see that there's 3 anti-heals on the side of No Life King, compared to the 1 on the side of PH Hub. I mean, I see that the Fred prioritized the Radiant and the Antique. I guess that's a good move, but I guess they need a bit of anti-heal because you know, in those team fights when the Khalid is not there, they're struggling a bit, especially with the Martyrs and I mean, they have a Yuzong. I think if they don't manage to get that anti, they might struggle a bit in the team fights.
Yeah. Okay, Anthony trying to just get this Angela kill at some point, but he is going for that tank build, so doesn't have the most damage to work with. As Law going to spawn in about 20 seconds. So both teams looking to maybe prepare for that. Going to see Martyrs at the level 15 mark, so it does have the retribution advantage.
Definitely, this will be the next Lord here. No Life King is in a pretty decent position to be taking down the Lord here. Both XP laners are actually not involved in the Lord fight, but I think No Life King hasn't started with it yet. Yuzong is slowly trying to come back down. I think that it can be a full 5v5 for the Lord here. I think both teams looking to contest it.
Yeah, the advantage of the Yuzong is that you do get that Black Dragon form to get yourself a bit quicker into the team fight compared to the Raging Sandstorm from the Khalid. Anyway, we're going to see the Lord Dance starting here. Adrenal are in a decent position, but Diggy looking to maybe save his team with that time jet. It's been actually doing really well in these team fights. Okay, here we go. Lauren on about at 50% HP. The Black Dragon form comes out. Here we go. Here's the committing coming from both teams. The Hot God, it's on to the Bruno. Pretty good target for it, but Akata, he's gonna get completely caught here, and he's gonna fall quite quickly unless he lives a little bit longer. No, the Bruno uses the flicker to get him. Chase him down. The real world manipulation, it's out. But oh, P-Hub, they're actually winning this fight for now, even through the time journey. Martis wants to do as much damage as he can, maybe get the decimate out before he dies. No, he will not. And it's going to be a double kill for the Clintable people. He maybe wants to go for more, but no, he's going to get blown up by Lilia.
Yeah, I think the Clint should have just let those people go. You can't exactly chase down the Eve because it might be a wipe here. But Clint was in a very good position. I saw he was dealing a ton of damage from the bush. I think he placed himself very well to get that triple kill. But no one will be able to get the Lord here. Both teams have only 2 people left, but Angela and Lily aren't exactly going to do anything with the Eve. So they have to wait for more backup before they do another Lord dance. In terms of turrets, it seems that PH Hub is actually in the lead right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean the stark difference from earlier in the game. I mean, NLK were definitely just showing their presence in the early game now, but this Martyrs is going to start falling off. I think P-Hub is starting to shine here for the late game, especially with the Heart Guard. And yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I think Angela's quite a late game hero, in my opinion. It's just when she gets a bit of magic power, like the Heart Guard starts to be so incredibly useful with that huge shield. Anyway, we're going to see a lot of the Lord coming out for both of the teams. Fredrin looking to go in, but the time journey finally it gets baited. And now Martis, I don't think he can contest this. Even with the Model Koi, it's not going to be enough. He's going to be risking his life. They do trade this. They do trade the Lord for this Khalid though. Okay, Akado wants maybe to convert this team fight into a decent kill for them. Okay, we get to get a good knock up Martis. Maybe he has enough for the decimate here. Yes, he does. He's going to get the double, I think. Yes, he will. Now he wants to get the Lilia, but it's not going to be enough. Actually, like really good fight for NLK here.
Very good. Akado did a pretty good job engaging there. Even if he did die, I think it was a pretty solid engage from him. They should be able to defend the Lord that is coming up top lane. I think they might actually be able to turn this around and get a bit more turrets. So very good engage so far. I think PH Hub weren't able to disengage quick enough, and that actually costed them 4 members. So they did get the Lord, but they can't exactly push with it. So it's basically what you call a useless Lord.
Well, I wouldn't call it useless. It does still give them that mat pressure to work it. Obviously from the enhanced minions. As you can see, Eve struggling to deal with them a little bit here in the bottom lane, but she'll be able to do it soon enough. As Diggy had to prematurely use that time journey. It kind of costed them the whole team fight.
I think maybe if he invests in fleeting time, he might be able to use it a bit more frequently in the game. I think he doesn't have fleeting time yet. If he did, maybe he would, because you would get that cooldown reduction. But I think as soon as he picks it up, he might be able to become a bit of a menace. I think he's not. Yeah, he has 2 magic items, and I think he's gonna go for Radiant Armor instead of as his next item.
As both
Fleeting time is a pretty good item, Diggy.
Oh, yeah, no, it is for sure. I agree. Definitely in a game like this where you're constantly getting your ulti baited, it's going to be valuable to have it up sooner. Anyway, I was going to say that looking at both marksmen here, they both have full builds, so we're going to see some major damage coming out from both of them. As the mortality may be picked up for Bruno, going for a bit of utility. Okay, here we go, the Kado. He's going to go with the Black Dragon form. Does force out the Hard God though, so it's a bit of a 1-for-1 trade in terms of spell usage. Orpheus?
I think they're gonna still look to go in. The Diggy's in a bad position. He might actually end up dying, but he manages to. No, he actually does.
No, he uses the sprint to maybe get out here, but there's a good knockup coming out from Akado. There's a real world manipulation. It might be enough to. Oh, but he's actually going onto the back line really good here, but he's gonna get caught. Oh, the Appraiser's Wrath, it actually catches the Diggy. Anthony, he wants to maybe go for the decimation plays. He might be able to get it. No, the Hot God's gonna save him. Stim getting really low as well. Oh, it's a close fight, but both teams decide to disengage, except Akada says, no, I don't want to disengage. I want to go back in with the Black Dragon form.
Definitely, the Lord is next. I'm not so sure about burning that very useful skill, because the Lord is coming up in the next 14 seconds, so it might have been more useful to have it around that time.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not too easy. I mean, okay, they had the early game here, but it's just now that this Angela, as well as the Bruno, I think the Brunos might be a bit better late game. compared to the Clint? I'm not entirely sure. I think both are pretty much on the same level. Oh, maybe Martis gets the decimation pick off there. No, it's not going to be enough. As this Lily is doing so much damage with this with this poke off coming up for a second skill. Are we going to see the Lord? It's going to get Gonton, so the Martis, the real manipulation is going to cover him his exit. It was a time journey as well on top of it. Oh, actually a really good Petrify coming in from Mikado. It's going to be able to take out this Bruno in the end. As Clint looking to go forward. And it's going to be a double kill for Eve in the end.
I think they actually might be able to end. No, they might be able to end with this if they keep pushing because
Yeah,
there's
look.
only 2 members left on the side of PH Hub.
Yeah, look at these death timers as well. They're quite long. General R only
They're
up in
gonna look for
another
forces.
20 seconds. I mean, if they all just all in mid here, it might actually be possible. Lilia, she might not have enough time to clear all these minion waves. Oh no, there's the backdoor protection. It's not gonna be enough. Kari, I don't think you want to recall right now. It's a bit difficult. I mean, General R is just about to respawn. Maybe they can do it with the Lord here. It's gonna be quite close. Clint focusing down the base, and they do it. NLK will take the game 1 from P-Hub in this best of 3 series. Yes, it will be the best of 3 series, not the best of 5. As confirmed by Jake and Doof earlier here. But very well played. I mean, it was a very early dominance from NLK. They sort of lost the ball a bit, but they brought it back straight away into this late game scenario.
Definitely, I think the Martyrs they were able to end the game early before the Martyrs became a problem. But like Martyrs only had two damage dealing items. I think he was also building tank as a response to them having a pretty tanky lineup there. So they did a pretty good job. The Lilia wasn't a terrible hero. I just think that in terms of team fights overall, No Life King had a better overall team fight positioning for the team fight. The Clint was doing a pretty good job of staying hidden and getting those kills. But I'll give it to the panelists now to do the post game analysis.
Back to the panelists.
Okay, so if you looked at NLK and the way they played in the beginning, they really monopolized on the fact that they had an early game hero like Martis, and of course that helped them to get ahead of the game like really early. They had a huge gold lead over P-Hub, of course. So they managed to do that from the beginning, and I think that who's this? Okay. Oh, sorry, Nigel, my mail is bugging. Yeah,
What's
so my ML is bugging, so I wasn't able to invite you to the lobby.
Okay, no, it's fine. I'm back. I'm in. Carry on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and of course, on the side of P-Hub, they had really good picks, but they were not able to use them to their full potential also because, they weren't able to get ahead in gold. So yeah, I think that the economy was like the main factor that actually helped P-Hub back. What are your thoughts, Doof?
So, look, my thoughts is that I think NLK made some mistakes which made the game more difficult for them. When we look at, I'm sorry, are we missing someone from the lobby? Is Nigel in the lobby?
Yes, Nigel's
Yummy,
in. I
yummy,
made sure.
Oh,
I made sure
okay.
everyone's in.
He's
Alright. 1 second, let me. Yeah, so I think NLK made a lot of mistakes which made the game more difficult for them. But yeah, I think it should have been a harder win. I think the sets made by Akado should have been followed up earlier because like you can see most of them were just followed up late. But anyways, let's kick it into this game where we see that Diggy ban and the Valentina ban. Let me just fix this overlay quickly.
Yeah, we also see the Nolan is getting banned here. Again, I think they're kind of sticking to the same bans as the last time, but now they're also including the Diggy. I don't really think they want to deal with his ultimate at this point. Okay, yeah. So they did end up on the Pyramus just like the last time. And we see that P-Hub actually picks up the Gwyn jungle. Anthony and Arcado seem to be circling the picks from the last game, which worked well for them.
Yeah, I think I
Okay,
understand
and
the
we see
Diggy
that
ban.
Fredicillin ends up picking up the Lilia. Hmm?
I understand the Diggy ban because you're seeing a lot of this little pigeon in M5 as well. It's just really good in this
Yeah,
meta where a lot of the team play is actually coming out from CC. So a lot of these teams actually have a lot of CC heroes built into their compositions, and just the amount of poke that he does is insane. And looking at the previous game, they did have the Diggy, and they had the Eve, and they had the Clint, all of which have insanely good rather poking ability. So I'm sure they don't want to deal with
yeah.
that again. Especially imagine Lilia and Diggy.
But then if you also look at their current drafts, they have a Gwyn and they have a Terizla. Obviously, they don't want a Diggy to spoil their CC over there.
Yeah, that makes sense as well.
Okay,
And
so
then we have the
and
Bruno.
Bruno.
Yeah, that thing has a lot of damage. And then we have the Clint ban. We've been seeing Kauri on the Clint, so that's more for a specs ban, I think, just to disable Kauri a bit in terms of choosing his marksman. Could we could be looking at a Lunox gold lane in it?
Yeah, we actually have seen this before. Kari picked Lunox Gold in, I think, a previous match.
I do think mm, it's a bit of a rough one. Yeah, I'm not too sure about Lunox gold lane in this meta, but I'm sure he can make it work if he's confident. We've seen him on the Lunox in different roles, actually, in mid, in jungle, and in gold. Then we have the Rafella and the Wan Wan coming up from P Hub and Kufra. Kufra works, yeah, Kufra works for the Wan Wan, but it's a bit. I don't know. I would rather have a Kaja, to be honest. But yeah, Samara, which draft do you prefer?
Mm, okay, so this draft I actually kind of prefer NLK's draft more because I really like the Kufra pick. They do have the martyrs for that early game advantage, and of course, if you look at Lapu, even though not many people use Lapu, he's really strong. I have also seen Curry use his Linux Gold. I think that actually does work for him a lot. So yeah. Anyway, I think we're gonna come back to Seth and Nigel.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Samara. Before we start, I do require a draft prediction from Doof, as he put Samara on the spot last time. So, Doof, what are your thoughts?
Uh, okay, my thoughts is we've seen how lethal NLK can be on the martyrs, especially with this early game advantage. Once Lilia hits level 2, she can start dishing out her damage as well. And well, the Kufra are just really good, as you can see, at just locking in these heroes.
Oh,
But we do
okay,
see,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, I mean, I guess thanks for the input. I mean, I might as well carry on from here. I mean, P-Hub actually getting first blood for themselves. Orpheus in a bit of danger. Might get sniped up by the Navarre. He needs to be quite careful with how he approaches this fight here. Peppercillin. Oh, misses out. Super Shiro. Doesn't get the kill in the end. But yeah, I mean, Nigel, what do you think of this gold lane Lunox? Do you think it's viable? I mean, we've seen it a few times, but I always have my doubts when I see it.
I think maybe they picked it as a response to maybe stems to Rizla. I get the vision. Just depends on how they can execute it here. I think he was hoping that when the 1-1 or speak before the 1-1. Maybe the Gwen or the Terizla jumps in and uses the Lunox out to get away. Maybe that was the vision behind that pick. Um, yeah, but it could work. It just depends on how well they can execute the draft. I think the early game is very important, especially in the gold lane, because as we saw last game, if Kaori gets enough farm, it'll be a problem in the late game.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we're gonna see that actually the Guinevere goes in with the Requiem. Doesn't actually get caught out completely here. And okay, with a really good response. Get a few good kills. But yeah, I mean, NLK, they played that really beautifully here. They were going to be able to set up a turtle for themselves here quite easily.
Oh, 1-1 got killed top by the Lunox there. Before the Lord comes in anyways.
Oh yeah, but there we go. There's a retribution. Now actually it's going to be on the side of the Guinevere here.
Definitely. So I think the early game again going to the side of No Life King, which is expected, but they do have the Guinevere and she's pretty good in the late game. Depends on how again. The key is to make sure that they don't fall too far behind like they did in the last game. But yeah.
I'm just dealing with some stuff right now. You might need to just take over for me for a bit. I'll be right back.
Sure, no worries, guys. So anyways, there will be a gang coming in here. They're gonna try to make sure that the one doesn't get too much farmed. The very good rotation coming in from Makado is circling down to the mid lane, but the Terizla is making sure that he also doesn't fall too much far behind. They're gonna look to gank the 1-1 here. We see 3 members of No Life King. Off PH Hub trying to go down there, but also as a response to that, I see PH Hub's also camping down there. They're gonna see, yeah, very good engage coming in from the Kufra. The 1-1 does have his ult now, but is he gonna actually go through the third? He does. Again, very, very big team fight coming in here, but no one dies on the side of No Life King apart from the Kufra, of course, who does die, unfortunately. For some reason, Lapu is here, but I think he's just trying to disrupt, but he actually might end up dying if... Nope, he doesn't. He manages to escape. He comes back in. They're gonna get to the retribution. The Lito does go on the side of H Hub. I think Seth will be back in a bit. He's just...
Yeah, I'm back right now. Sorry, there's some guests at my house that are making quite a lot of noise, but I've just moved to another room now. Okay, we're gonna see. Oh, Lunox gets a really good kill in the top lane, thanks to the help of the Kufra.
Yeah, Lunox has been winning his lane like a lot here. I think they haven't focused on enough on the 1-1 to make sure that the 1 gets farmed enough. I think again, if the Lunox isn't ganked enough, I think Lunox actually gonna try and take the blue buff here. So again, they're not ganking enough in terms of the gold lane. They're trying, but the Lunox actually gonna be camping. He's gonna try to kill the 1 before she gets to the turrets. Let's see if he can actually do it.
Okay, General R. Oh, but actually a really great kill coming up from Takuyaki in the back line there. Novari actually is the one to sort out the turtle for a team. Great kill there. Oh, they were going to see the really good Violet Requiem onto Orpheus. They might be able to catch him out here, but he has the flicker out. Even with the Novari ulti on him, still makes it out somehow. Maeve Willie, but the penalty zone from Stimp. It's going to be a really good initiation from him, but the Kufra gets just blasted in the face by this Novaria on the way out. I mean, that's a bit of an even trade, but I mean, I call it even, but P-Hub have been really just coming back into this game quite comfortably right now. In fact, they're ahead in gold.
Yeah, and the 1-1 managed to take down the top lane turret, so they are now ahead also in terms of turrets. So pretty good. That very, very costly play from the Lunox. They tried to cut him off, but unfortunately he ended up dying and losing the turret because of that. A very risky play from the Lunox there.
Okay, Kufra looking to go in here. He's gonna get the angle here. It's not gonna be enough. Stimp's just gonna be fine. Anyway, we're gonna see a conceal play. I heard a conceal somewhere. Oh, it's gonna be the Kufra going in. But no, I mean, both teams playing it quite safe.
Yeah, just like we saw in the last game, when they get the gold lane turret, they end up swapping. So the 1-1 is now actually in bottom lane. He's gonna try to get that turret at least.
Looking a bit like at the gold, Takuyaki is quite far ahead right now. It's going to be quite a menace. I think I'm not really sure who would win late game between a Lunox and a 1-1, just in a 1v1 or a bit of it on a team fight sort of basis. Oh, the Tyrant's Rage from Orpheus! It actually misses out. Takayaki goes in with the crossbow of Tang. It's going to chain up to the Smartest. Needs to be very careful on the side of NLK. It's not a good fight to keep going on to, but the penalty zone is going to catch Fib. He gets taken out as well. The bravest fighter in from Lapu Lapu. Might do enough for now, but Anthony, he needs to get the decimation, but he's not going to be able to kill Maeve. As P-Hub are controlling these fights beautifully.
Definitely, pretty good engage coming in from PH Hub. They manages to turn the game around. Yeah, I think the 1-1 is actually starting to pick off here. The Lunox is good, but in terms of overall team fight, I'm gonna give it to the 1-1 mostly because he is able to mark down on a couple targets, and hopefully if they're low enough, he might be able to get a bit more kills than the Lunox is. Yeah, the last turtle goes to the side of PH Hub. So turtles pretty even. Turrets. They're going to be trying to get down the bottom lane turret there. I see that the Kufra is going to go look to gank, but 2 turrets on the side of the 1-1.
Oh, Kufra gets a good decent angle onto Maeve. He pops the Tyrant's Rage, but he's not going to... It's not going to do too much here. I mean, these Tyrant's Rages haven't been too great coming in from Kufra. Maybe onto the wrong targets is what I'm starting to see a pattern for onto this Rafaela, who's not the best target for his team to get.
Yeah, I don't think it is a good idea to waste your resources on the Roma. I think maybe if he had caught the 1-1 or the mage, I think I would have committed to that. He was also in an odd position also. It was in the corner, and Rafaela has that that speed boost to allow it to get out of those tight positions. So I think he should start targeting someone else. I think maybe that might end up being more useful for the team.
Oh, they do scut out the Orpheus with the Guinevere's first skill, but Special Migration not going to be enough to chase for now. Although they're looking to chase a little bit more. P-Hub looking in for it, but there's the Tyrant's Rage. It was a pretty good angle, but it's not going to be enough. There's no follow-up. Oh, then we're going to see the Novara ultimates. Oh, it's going to be really good here. Scouting all their positions right now. It's going to be impossible for them to play without killing this Novaria first. As we've seen in M5, this hero is actually really strong right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Now Sova is hardly a pick, but in M5 was literally the most banner picked hero, along with Bruno actually. Yeah, those 2 heroes will just constantly pick all the time. But yeah, pretty useful hero for vision and basically overall team fight. I think there's a much better game for PH Hub than the last one.
Oh, but there's a Special Migration and goes on to 1. The Violet Requiem, it's actually doing a really good job, and NLK are getting completely stunned up by the teamfight ultimates from P-Hub, but the decimation comes out from Martyrs. It's going to be on the second phase, onto General. Oh, it's not going to be enough damage. It doesn't go out with the HP on that below 50% threshold. Oh, there we go. It's going to be a double kill for 1-1, though. Make it a triple. Just picking them apart with the crossbow of Tang.
It is a wipe on the side. I think they might actually be able to get Lord here if their jungler comes back in time, but yeah. Pretty good team fight coming in from the side of PH Hub. Manages to get the wipe there. The 1-1 is a pretty good choice here. I'm not so sure about the Lunox now, but the 1 is doing a pretty good job, as we said. If the team fight comes down to it late game, the 1-1 has a better advantage.
Yeah, I completely agree there. I'm just not too sure of the Lunox gold lane pick, in my opinion. I just think it's you pick it against really tanky targets in general, but just as a general pick for normal use, I just don't think it's that great. Okay, we're gonna hear.
They're gonna look to a conceal was used by the side of Kufra here, but unfortunately he ends up getting no one again. Was the target the target again was Rafaela. I don't get that idea. I think you should target someone else.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been really interesting pick-offs strategies from NLK. They're sort of goofing out a little bit here with their approach, but hopefully they'll start to fix it a little bit here, prioritize their targets a bit more. I mean, as I said, this Navaria, she needs to die. She's doing way too much work for the side of P-Hub right now. And it's this Navaria Gwyn combo. I mean, this combo is really, really strong. If Navaria can land a 5-man ulti or something, that makes Gwyn's time... It makes her time really... I don't know what I'm saying. It makes her second skill really easy to hit.
Definitely. I think, again, No Life King needs to work on their prioritization of who they're trying to use. I think they used Conceal, Flicker, and several other skills and the ult on the Rafaela. I think they need to catch the Navaria, as you said. and use a bit more resource for that person, because getting her out of the team fight allows them to have a bit more control of the map. Navaria is not even involved; she's just at the back slowing down the enemies. So I think they need to get down the Navaria.
Oh, Orpheus again. Another missed initiation, but Navaria gets a 5-man ulti here, just scouting out their positions beautifully. The Violet Requiem, it's going to be coming out there, and they want to dive the tower maybe a bit more here. Oh, actually, Lunox in the middle of the fight there. She needs to go in. I mean, she needs help from a team to go in, but there we go, the penalty zone. It's only going to be onto one, though. P-Hub looking to initiate a bit further, but it's just Navaria just sniping out their HP pools of NLK, so they need to retreat.
Definitely. 6 towers and 6 towers to 1 on the side of PH Hub. I think they're gonna also try to push down the top lane turret. Oh, there's a team fight going on here. Let's see
Oh,
who
the
gets
bravest fighter from Lapu Lapu, but he's gonna get completely punished for it. He's gonna get taken out by the Violet Requiem, and Orpheus just has to sit there and watch. Doesn't want to really initiate after his XP laner has died. As NLK on the defense now, after P Hub just consecutively winning fights.
Yeah, 6,000 gold lead. It will be very useful here, especially. Oh, a missed
Ooh.
off on the Kufra.
Another Tyrant's Rage down the drain. I mean, really, mate, you gotta get your team on the program here, man.
I think so, because now they don't have that out that resource, especially for the next Lord fight here, which is here. I think they also recognize that the No Life King doesn't have that out, so they're gonna commit to the Lord. Where's Kufra? Kufra is, for some reason, I think I saw this earlier. Keyboard was doing it. It didn't work out for them. He is for some reason in the bottom lane turret here. I don't think he's gonna get the turret. I think he's trying to get vision, but it's not gonna work out. But yeah, so Lord goes to the side of PH Hub.
Oh man, it's just up to this Kufra. He needs to be able to get those sets in properly. Once they can do that, they can stop playing around him. But for now, they're going to be back on the defense with Lord charging in into the top tower at some point. Yeah, it will be the enhanced Lord, so they need to kill it before it reaches that tower, or it's going to take that 50% HP damage.
Yeah, I do like how PH Hub split up, so they can get a bit more out of that Lord. So now they will be able to get at least 1 or 2 turrets here, because they sync the wave. So pretty good on the side of PH Hub. Let's see if they can actually turn this into a few turrets.
Okay, there we go. Kufra going in here. There's the initiation. They were looking for a Tyrant's Rage onto 3, but he's going to get taken out before any follow-up can actually happen. There we go. The Lights Out Ultimate coming on from Luna. She's going to be able to dodge the penalty zone, but it's going to be a killing spree for this Rafaela. This game might be over at this point because 1-1. She's going to focus the base. Martis, unable to do anything, is just going to have to sit there and watch while his base gets taken out as game 2 goes to the side of P-Hub in quite a dominant fashion.
Definitely, I think there was a very good response from the side of PF, taking us to a game 3. Mostly, again, I think the engages weren't as good in this team fights and this comp at least. The picks weren't working well together, especially when you have a hero like the Martyrs who does fall off late game. They didn't have a lot of heroes that might be able to dominate the late game. But I'll give it up to the panelists. But I think it came down to draft and synergy. The Kufra was a good pick in theory, but he wasn't able to land any very useful outs there. So well done to PH. Samara. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's just like, I think NLK had really good picks, but at the same time, when they did stick to the Martyrs from the first game, and I think P-Hub was already quite clued up now about their play style with the Martyrs, and so they kind of protected themselves from that, and so that didn't really give them that, that early game advantage like they had the last game. And of course, I think, yeah, they were really able to use their CC to the best of their abilities, like, with the Gwyn and also with the Tirisla. And, Maeve was doing a good job at roaming, and Shiro was so good on that Novaria, providing so much of vision and, quite a lot of slow, and just making it so much easier for the Gwyn. So yeah, I think all of that contributed to their win. And yeah, it was a really good game. They did really well, and I'm so excited to see the third game and where exactly this goes.
Yeah. I'm
What are
also
you
excited
thinking?
to see Samara play for P Hub.
What? Oh my god. Wait, I'm gonna move now.
Oh no! Don't move. I want to see you play.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, you might wanna. You might wanna get
I,
out of that slot.
no, I went out of the lobby. Um,
I
I
think
mean,
you need
I
to
went
use
out
it
and
so she can rejoin.
yeah, can you kick me?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm logged
I can.
in and I'm logging in now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, while Samar is coming back, maybe it was a case of maybe Orpheus is used to more support heroes. I think in the last game he played Diggy. Maybe that was the factor because Diggy is more of a disengaged hero than an engaged hero. So I think maybe that might have been a.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah. Who's the
Unless
cat
Muffin's
person?
getting replaced, just check. I mean, is he registered? Who's
No,
Muffin?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
they
out.
were
He's out.
in the spectators thingy.
Muffin.
Okay. Okay. I think we're good to go. Good.
I don't know who Muffin is. All right. Um, just remind people, it is an upper bracket match, so the loser will go down to the lower bracket. But yeah, the winner goes to the final. But I'll give it to Doof and Samara to give the in-game pre-game analysis rather.
Thank you, Nigel. So yeah, straight off the bat, we see the same two bands that we have been seeing so far, which is Valentina and the Nolan. I'm assuming that they're gonna ban maybe Novaria or another mage to disable Shiro just a little bit. Okay, and instead they go for the 1-1. I mean, 1-1 did really do quite a good job the last game. I mean, she got a triple kill and she was very instrumental in the team fights as well. I see that P-Hub is actually sticking to the Diggy ban. Yeah, I feel like P-Hub might be planning to use Gwyn again. Oh, okay, never mind. It's taken up by Arcado. But I think that's what they were setting up for when they banned the Diggy because they wanted to like focus on a CC heavy lineup.
Well, it does give them the option of using Martyrs, and Martyrs is really a good option against the Guinevere. There is also Ruby that you
Mm,
can use, but I haven't seen any Ruby actually.
okay. We see them picking up the Theranos and the Martyrs. So in the previous game, Sparamus was banned. Um, so yeah, I haven't seen Shiro play Faramus before, so interested to see how that goes and if he's going to be using Faramus mid or or
Now I do think it's going to be a Faramus mid lane, and then we do have the Farsa
also.
being locked in by NLK as well as the Clint.
Yeah, that's a comfort pick for Kari. He's really good on Clint. And we see that Stimp is also sticking to his Tirisla. I mean, that worked really well for him last game as well.
I do think that NLK needs to plan their drafts a little bit better. Last game, the last match was quite, how can I say, counterproductive. You do have the Martyrs, who's an early game hero, then you have a Lunox, who's a late game hero, you know. You just have to balance out these type of things so there's no struggle in the early game. You have your early game heroes and then you have your late game heroes who can be your insurance. And then in this game, they should have known that they were going to give up the Faramus with this current strategy. So I do think they should have banned out the Faramus and left the Valentina open. Especially because, I mean, who would you rather have, like a Farsa ult, or who would you rather fight against a Fossa ult or a Theranos ult, you know.
Yeah.
And straight off the bat, I mean, looking at P-Hub's drafts right now, you have the Terizla who's been making these really good sets. You have the Ixia who can make good use of those sets from coming up from the Terizla and just like
Mm.
drop the nuke on everybody. And you have Faramus as insurance or team fight extender, really, just promoting P-Hub's life during team fights. And the Minotaur pick coming out from NLK is a really good combo paired with the Guinevere. I do think that it'll throw a wrench into the Theramus. You could just waste the entire Theramus ult by having a good Minoan Fury. And then we do have the
Yeah, yeah, I
Fredron being
agree.
picked up.
I've seen a lot of Grok being played in M5 as well. I do agree. Grok is quite a good pick as well.
Yeah, Grok is
You
really
don't see
good.
that often on our server though. Or is it
Um,
just me?
yeah, you don't really get too many. I mean, I play him from time to time. He's one of my, if nothing else works, I'll just pick him. And yeah, but he's really good because he can delay uh, the minion waves, he can delay the Lord, so you can sync the waves better. He can delay the enemy's Lord from reaching your crystal, your base. He has and he stops like escape escaping enemies. So yeah. Before we hand it off to Seppi, Samara again. Predictions. Which one do you like? Let's go for it.
Mm, okay, I'm gonna say in like this job I actually like the hub more. I think they have good early game heroes. They also have good late game heroes. They have a lot of CC, especially like from the Terisla and also from the Pyramus and coming from the top as well. And they've got quite a lot of damage, quite a lot of durability. I'd say it's a well balanced team.
Good stuff. Let's hand it off to Seppi now. Seppi.
Sip, are you here?
You've got Nigel.
Yeah, I
My
was
Alright.
gonna
mic
point out
wasn't
that
turning on. My
today
mic wasn't
at
turning
least,
on. I'm here. I'm here.
yeah, yeah, no, I was gonna say Samara's predictions have worked in reverse today. So whichever draft you preferred lost. So, but it is working
All right.
slightly different today.
So it's opposite
Uh,
day for Samara today. So unfortunately, yeah. Well, anyway,
I I
there are
am
some
so sleepy. I am high in coffee, guys.
nice. Okay, going straight into the game. I mean, P-Hub have been so aggressive in this early game while you guys were talking. Like, they've just been raiding buffs after buffs. Luckily, Anthony manages to get both of his buffs secured. But if you're looking at his XP, he's kind of just suffering a bit. At least the Litho Wanderer still is up. So he might be able to work for that just now. And maybe get that level 4 for the turtle.
yeah, it was a good early game engage, but I think the Martyrs came down at the short end of the stick there because I mean he's gonna get level 4 now. One thing I do want to note though, the faster into Martyrs, I wouldn't consider that to be the best pick because there's so much CC on the faster. I don't think she's gonna have the best timing in this game because like there's so many heroes that can just dive to the back to where she is. So I think the Lilia would have worked against though, but I think the faster changes up the draft a bit. She does have Purify, but not a good matchup against
Oh,
the
in the
beast.
bottom lane, we get the first blood occurring onto this Guinevere. This XP lane Guinevere gets taken out by the duo from Shira and Fib. I mean Stimp, excuse me, but the penalty zone is going to be onto this faster, so he's going to have to fly away. And okay, they do get this Grok, at least. Okay, here we go. Anthony going up a little bit. The phase is rough. It's going to be quite big, but doesn't hit in the center, so we'll knock them out for now. Okay, Martis going in a little bit here with the Minotaur on the front lines, but now looking at the levels, it's about even, but in terms of position, I mean, is just they have a better position to maybe take this turtle fight.
Yeah, and the Fred used his retribution on that team fight, so I think just an uncontested turtle at this point.
Yeah, pretty much,
Ooh.
pretty much exactly like that. And Martis has the decimation for this Minotaur who is lingering around the area just a bit too much. Oh, maybe going for a blue raid here. This is going to be a difficult one to contest. Although Anthony does drag it into the turtle. The feathered airstrike's there to cover him up. And Martis, this Fredrin, he does get the blue buff for himself. He's going onto the Grok a little bit here. They might be able to get him. There's a taunt onto 2. And Minotaur Fury, it's out. But the Netherrealm, it's going to keep them nice and safe here from anything like that, except for the fact that their Praise's Wrath drops down, gets rid of this Grok for now, and they get the Martyrs on top of it as well from the Farsa. They want to keep chasing it out on this Ixia, but they will not manage to follow it up completely. Although they might get an extra reward in the form of this blue buff, the red buff.
Yeah, PH are playing extremely aggressive here, but it's starting to get to that point where it's becoming a lot more risky for them to take the fight to the side of No Life King, because they end up getting the short end of the stick again. I think they're gonna try to gank down the top lane here.
Oh, there we go. There's the feathered airstrike from the long range. It's bursting down this Ixia. Maybe Fredrin might be able to go in with the initiation here along with the Minotaur. Yes, he will. They're going to get the Ixia nice and clean. Maybe they can get the additional kill here from the Grok. But the wild charge is going to keep them underneath the tower for so long. And Faster's going to be in a bit of danger here. No, they're all going to make it out, as well as the Minotaur for them as well. But Martis getting that return buff steal in the bottom lane here.
Yeah, they committed for the top lane turret. I think they want to focus on getting the Clint fed, because it is the key to victory, at least based on the previous games that they've all played. The next turtle is up here. Both junglers are still in a good position. I think they're both evenly matched in terms of retribution level. But yeah, let's see. I think both of the teams are going to commit to it.
Yeah, here it is. The second turtle fight, I believe, of this game. Maybe LK can come back with this one. Gonna see General R starting it up a bit. Both junglers level 8 here. Little Wonder going to the side of NLK here. Bit of extra vision for them to work with, but Martis takes it down quite swiftly. Anthony? Okay, they do reset the turtle. Paramus going in with the Ghostbusters. But this is a bit of an awkward fight for both teams.
Yeah, Martis is alone here.
Yeah, Fredrin getting a bit distracted by this Grok. He might need to come and join his team in a bit. There we go. It's going to be quite a close one. There's a Mortal Coil to keep the Martyr safe, but no. It's going to be the Fredrin who gets the kill in the end. And the feathered airstrike is just chewing through this Netherrealm, but the Netherrealm nonetheless is keeping them alive. A triple stun for her. Very nice. But Fredrin doesn't have the Apprentice Rat to work with just the... Oh, there it is. It just came off cooldown. Almost knocked her off the map. But... the Ghostbusters will be there to finish the kill onto the Fast in the end.
Definitely. Looks like the Clint is going to be taking down the top first turret of the game. Pretty good lane winning. I think he's having a much better time in this game than the last one, because last game he went Lunox and didn't work out. He's back on his comfort Clint, but it might expose a bit of stuff here for the upcoming teams, because if they don't have the Clint, they're not as dominating as they usually are.
Okay, mid lane. Tank versus tank action from Maven Orpheus. But anyway, I mean, it's not easy for NLK right now. I think they're gonna have to just deal with this early game Martyrs pressure. They do have the Fredrin obviously to sort of negate that just a bit. Oh, but Orpheus misses the Minoan Fury, and the full barrage is doing so much damage to the back line of NLK, and it's going to be Martyrs finishing them off with a Decimate. Maybe he wants to go for some round 2 action. Oh no, he didn't get the Decimate, excuse me. But he does still have it available to work with. The penalty zone does misses on Martyrs. On Fredrin.
Yeah, because of that engage from the Terizla, Akada will end up getting the XP lane turret here. But I think as a response to that, the Ixia might be able to get down the gold lane turret.
It would be quite a good trade, I believe, as P-Hub showing their dominance, showing their teeth in this game.
Definitely. It does. I think he's going semi-tank on the Gwen. I mean, it might be a bit useful in the late game, right? They'll have a bit more CC with his engagement with this ult.
Yeah, I mean, I must say the Gwen hasn't been proving itself too strong right now compared to at least Martyrs.
Oh no, the Stimp went straight up. Radiant Armor is his first item, so it's definitely going to be a difficult game for him in that XP lane. So I mean, he is gonna look to take the red buff. No, he's not. It's just giving vision, I'm assuming. But the next turtle here, it is on the side of No Life King. But in terms of farm, PH
There it
Hub is
is.
doing a
Oh,
good
the
job.
retribution comes out from Anthony. Really great retribution coming there. Okay, the Feather Air Strike's gonna be able to take out the Faramus along with the Violet Requiem with the lockdown. And now NLK all of a sudden back in the front foot here. Oh, there is the penalty zone. It's gonna be on to 3 with the full barrage. A follow up. They're in a bit of danger. NLK they are. The Netherlands going to make sure that they don't lose any more members. And Martis maybe wants to go in the second round of decimation, but they're going to get the faster first. She falls quite quickly. But oh, Kaori? In a bit of danger as well. They need to get back quite quickly. Oh, they're going to get pushed back. And it's going to be a killing spree for this Terizla. As well as the Ixia gets a kill onto this Clint. And now, even though they get the Lord, they lose a big team fight.
Yeah, there was a team wipe coming in. I think an underrated hero again here is the Faramus. Faramus is just manages to save his team at the most crucial times. Even if they got the Lord, it's not worth it if you end up losing at the cost of your life there. So turrets are pretty even, but I don't think the Lord will be able to do much because all the members are up on the side of PH Hub. But very good engage from the side of PH Hub.
Oh, believe me, Faramus is not overrated, unfortunately. Oh, was it a turtle? So,
It was yeah, I was very surprised. No, it was a very late Lord. I mean, very late total. I think it was what, 8 minutes or something. So yeah.
no,
Yeah,
it's good.
it won't be a push. It would just be another stalemate. Both junglers are in a pretty good position here. It's just the late game is very difficult for both teams here. Gwen is gonna try to take down the Ixia. They are in a 1v1 situation. Wonder if we actually end up getting a kill. The Ixia
Uh-huh.
doesn't have any. It doesn't have any magic defense items, but if
Oh,
so
here
the
we
Gwen
go.
matchup might
Anthony
be.
getting caught a
Oh,
little bit here, as well as the fastest. They're going to be able to fly away with the bird, but there's the wild charge. It's going to be onto 2, and now the full barrage is going to keep them safe along with the Netherrealm. And NLK, they're just kind of falling apart over the overwhelming team fight that PHAB
uh,
has. I don't think they can
Anthony
ever
was
take
forced
them.
to use his retribution there, so I don't think he had any plans of trying to commit for the Lord. He uses retribution, so he won't have it. Will be an uncontested Lord.
Mhm.
He uses retri as a disengage too.
Here we go. Both teams looking towards getting this Lord. Yes, they will get it on the side of PHAB. Quite an uncontested one, in fact. And this is going to just be the first Lord, though. So NLK should have a decent shot at maybe defending this one. Defended airstrike, it goes in, and she's going to secure the blue buff for herself.
Definitely. I mean, P No Life King is moving a bit more as a team here, but they are in a position where they need to protect the Faster because she has a lot more damage than the rest of the team. The Gwen isn't so useful in this game in terms of damage, so they need to protect the Clint and the Faster in this game.
There's the known Fury, gets committed onto 3. And the full barrage is going to be able to help Martis clean up this Minotaur kill. As PHAB, they're running it down into the bottom lane here. Again, with the dominant team fights. I mean, NLK, they need to focus a bit more on pickoffs with the Gwen. Because if you take these 5-on-5 fights, you're not going to end well. Just because of that Faramus, as well as the Grok and the Ixia, they're doing so much work in the team fights. I mean, I can't even forget about Terizla as well. I think all 5 of them are just good team fight heroes. You know, you can't be taking them 5-on-5.
Definitely. They have a 5,000 gold lead. Gwen is in, but unfortunately, she
Oh,
might
but
end up
she's
dying
gonna get
because of
caught by
that.
the wild charge. But the penalty zone, it's out onto 2. But is it gonna be enough? I don't think so. They're gonna maybe get this Fredrin here. He wants to try and run away, but then the full barrage is doing. It kind of just missed out barely onto most of the members of NLK. But now NLK stuck in their base. The pressure is gonna start to begin here. Can PHAB break the shell of NLK? And can they do it safely? So far, looking a bit dangerous, but the Netherrealm is going to keep him safe for now. He's going to get stunned underneath his own tower, underneath the tower here. But they do finally take it down.
Yeah, I think the key issue is that they have no one really to get to the backline where Shiro or the marksman is, because the Ixia is just able to do insane amount of damage. The Faster is a decent response to that, but as soon as the Faster outs the Grok manages to cancel that out. So I think they're in a tough position here, especially since the Ixia is nearly full bold at this point.
Mm-hmm. Getting to that full build indeed. Once she's starting to do so much damage in these fights. Anyway, Lord spawning in about half a minute. Both teams looking towards it. Hiding a little bit from NLK. But I think they're going to be prepared. I mean, if Anthony does get into position to retri, he's been consistently winning the retribution fight. It's just a matter of getting in there safely. Anyway, the full barrage is going to zone them out a little bit with the flicker to follow it up even further. But now NLK low in health. They're going to be able to. They're probably going to lose the advantage on maybe ever taking this turtle fight. I mean, this Lord fight. They might just need to give it up.
I think No Life King needs to build a bit more anti-heal. The only anti-heal they have right now is the Minnow, and if the Minnow's dead, basically, there's no one else to really to respond to that insane amount of lifesteal coming in from the side of PH Hub. So I think a bit of itemization, and the Gwen is building magic here. I'm not so sure. I don't play Gwen that much, but I think at some point he needs to build up a bit more tanky items so he can. Again, they need to. The only people that realistically have a lot of damage here is the Clint and the Farsight, but they're not having the best game in this one.
Mm-hmm. We're going to see Minnow and Fury popped on nobody there. The Mortal Coil keeps General R safe, so now that high ground tour from the Minnow and Fury is going to be a bit difficult to work with here without it. Anyway, going in? No, not really. But maybe P-Hub are trying to look to maybe end this game. With the Lord going to be knocking on the bottom tower. Unfortunately, they don't have the top tower. They don't have the top lane advantage in P-Hub, but they should be able to just chip it down. Maybe through the backdoor protection. Okay, we're going to see Lord maybe going into the base here. P-Hub looking to maybe take down the middle tower as well. But it's going to be a bit of an awkward fight in the bottom. Okay, Mortal Coil committed straight away in. Anthony gets poked down a little bit. Okay, there it is. Yeah, as I was thinking, they're going to maybe just commit to take this top tower as well. And now, all that NLK have left is just their base.
Yeah, it's nearly a 10,000 gold lead on the sound of PH Hub here. So Gwen might actually end up dying because of. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that might have been a misinput there. I mean, the Gwen just jumped back straight into the fight. The Minnow Fury, it happens on a few members of P-Hub, but there's not going to be enough follow-up. And now P-Hub, they're just going to be able to hit the base.
Definitely. So GG well played from the side of PH Hub, making that reverse sweep, managing to make a comeback on the first game that they lost there. I think did a pretty good job of responding to the draft of No Life King. So they stay in the upper brackets, and I think they're going to the straight down to the grand finals, right?
No, I'll double check for you. I think they might.
There are only 4 teams left, and I think they're going to be facing each other in the lower brackets. That could be good.
Oh, true. Yes. So now, yeah, that means that's Pinoy Hub will be your upper bracket winners.
Yeah,
they just need to fight. They just need to play in the grand finals now. Yeah, definitely. You're right.
So there's 3 teams left in the lower brackets. That's Mavericks, No Life King, and then there's Enigma 9. So the next match is Mavericks versus Enigma 9, and then No Life King will face the winner of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're reaching that point. So yeah, I'll give it onto to the panelists to analyze the final game. But like, I think it was the drafting issue. I think the No Life King didn't have the best draft. They had the Fred, but then they had no one really to deal insane amount of damage. They had the Farsight, but yeah. Anyways, I'll leave it up to Samara and
and Doof. Yeah, but also just Jake, if you don't mind asking, maybe we can get some interviews happening. That would also be pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. So back to the game analysis. Yeah, I think P-Hub's draft was so well thought out. Because of course, you had Grok and you had Tirisla making sets, and then you had the Ixia to come in with her full barrage, lots of damage, and Shiro was doing a really good job at picking out people. When he wanted to like single out someone that they needed to take out, and I noticed that he used it quite a lot on Minnow, and of course when it died, then the anti-heal died along with him. And then if you looked at NLK's draft, there wasn't much like, what can you say, like the picks that they made didn't really gel well. Like, it didn't really work well together. So I think that that's also why that didn't really work out for them. Even though they had, the Gwyn Rome, they had the Minnow, which was actually quite a good pick because Minnow gives so much of CC, and he also takes quite a lot of damage. But yeah, I think from the early game, P Hub was able to secure the objectives. They were able to secure a gold lead. I know at one point they were 6.7k gold ahead of NLK. So that really does help them because like that's quite a few items that they had. If you look at their itemization as well, like at the moment, some of them are full build, while on NLK it wasn't as good. But yeah, I think NLK did put up a really good fight. I think that B Hub was doing so good. I think that Shiro is so good at mid. He really um was like essential in them maintaining their lead and also getting that win for them. So yeah, what do you think, Doof?
Well, I think that P-Hub's draft was really, really good. NLK's could be a little bit better, but I do think it could have worked with their current draft. It's just that they needed to execute it better in terms of maybe communication. We saw a lot of Minoan Furies going to waste in that game. We saw a lot of Akado on that Guinevere jumping in, trying to catch out Shiro or other heroes there, other characters, but he just gets pulled back in after missing, by the Theramus and gets picked off like that. So maybe using his abilities in conjunction with the Minotaur would have been a much better option. I think they should have played it a little bit safer, maybe had a little bit more patience and built up for that late game. But I do think in the late game, like Ixia's damage is so high. Even if they did get to P Hub's base, I'm not sure what the plan would have been to actually have a successful siege of the base, because Ixia can just stand behind everything and just mow down everyone in her ult. So, I mean, I guess we won't get to see it, but yeah, GG is well played to both teams. Put up a really good fight.
Okay,
And I
I
take
think
it
we
we have anyone for interviews.
yeah should have General R here. Welcome to the post game and well done for your victory. I guess looking into the game, I mean that you guys had a bit of a rough start in the first game, but you managed to come back with a pretty solid performance with both with the second and the third game. Yeah, I mean, how do you feel after your victory?
Yo guys, what's up? I mean, that first game is just like a warm up, guys.
Okay.
And yeah, that's all I can say. Even in that
Okay.
equilibrium and NLK, first game we lost because it's just a warm up. We all
Okay.
just woke
Okay.
up and played tournament.
I like the confidence. I like the confidence. Okay. Anything from my panel? Any questions for the General R?
Yes, I do have one. They have a lot of strong teams left in the lower brackets. We have Mavericks, we have No Life King, and we have Enigma 9. What do you predict will be your match in the grand finals?
I think all the team left in the lower bracket is all strong team, but for me, it's Mavericks, and I'm looking forward for Mavericks to verse them in finals.
Okay, that's it. And what is your score prediction for the grand finals?
Oh, for the grand finals, we'll see, we'll see. I mean,
Okay,
I can't
okay,
just
okay.
say.
All right. Well, that's it from my side. Sir.
No, I don't have any questions.
All right.
Okay, Doof. Surely you have a question, Mr. Doof.
I do have analysis, guys.
A question. Let's see. No, I have no questions. Nothing.
Okay, well, I'll ask the final question here. The Guinevere, I guess that was a bit of a contested pick for both of the teams. I guess MLK ended up going for it a bit as an XP lane in there. I guess I need to ask what your thoughts about this hero is. Do you think it's OP, and was it worth like for both teams to try to prioritize it?
I mean, Guinevere is a OP hero, but it's only good when you play it in jungle. I mean,
Okay.
bro, don't play Guinevere on XP. It's so cringe, bro. I mean, who does that?
Okay. Well, Akada does that. So you should
Okay,
talk
only
to him.
Academy. So yeah.
So you should talk to him about it.
I've got a question. You guys don't mind?
Yep.
Alright, so this question's for you guys at Pinoy Hub. We have realized that during the period of this tournament, every game that has been played, we've seen a lot of fans for Pinoy Hub. We've seen a lot of fans, and a lot of haters for I'm like NLK. So I was quite surprised to see the chat today that a lot of people were rooting for No Life King rather than yourselves. Do you know what might have been the cause of that?
Nah, I think these people don't know Mobile Legends, bro. Like they just keep talking. They just keep talking. They don't know what's happening. And that's the best thing. Let them talk because we can prove anything. Let them talk. If if they want to play, then join the tournament and we'll see. You're gonna, you know.
Okay, you heard it from General R himself. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Jin. I think that'll be the end of the interview section here. I
Oh,
don't know if we have.
wait. Can I shout out my team, guys?
Yeah,
Like,
no, of course. Shout, so give you a
okay,
shout out.
shout out to my team and GG's for Maeve, Shiro, Stimpy, Takoyaki, and also Gray, even if she's not playing. And last one, Reaper, yo, please Reaper, where are you?
Yes, well, I don't
Oh,
know.
We need you,
Maybe
bro.
I hope he's doing okay if he's been missing.
look,
Uh,
Seppi, since we're not having anybody from NLK, I did think of a question. General
okay.
R, the Diggy ban. So, is it because you wanted to have the Guinevere, or just like just drown NLK in as much CC as possible, or did you just not like the poke coming out from in the first game?
Mm, The Diggy ban was, I don't know, we just wanted to ban Diggy. It's just like the equilibrium. We ban what's this? We ban not show. So yeah.
It's just annoying to deal with then. Okay, cool stuff. That's all from me.
Okay. Well,
I
thank
mean
you, Jen.
you
Thank you,
just
Jen.
ban one hero from them, then they're done.
True.
I guess,
Anyway,
yeah.
thank you, Jen. I think we do need to wrap this up a little bit here. I guess thank you guys for watching. I guess we just need just ask one more thing to Jake if there's anything he'd like to add to the tournament. Any announcements to make?
There's nothing from me apart from the fact that we will have the grand finals next weekend, so everyone keep your schedules free. We're gonna see Pinoy Hub versus one of the other three.
Yeah, one of the other three, indeed. Okay. Well, thanks, guys. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe if you're not already,
All right.
and yeah, we'll
GG's guys. Bren
yeah
lang
yeah
malaki.
sure. See. Okay. Thanks.
Shout out to Bren.
Yeah. Shout out to Bren, AP Bren for winning M5. Yes, true.
Yeah, and shout out
Oh,
for Piha for winning this Equilibrium tournament soon.
Maybe.
Maybe. To be confirmed.
BC.
Okay.
Alright.
Anyway, I'm really tired. I am going to bed. So
Alright.
goodbye.